के थिचेर यो आइपुग्यो म माइक्रोफोन पनि के भन्दैछ
सबजना हुन्छ Please start the session.
Hello, very good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good
Very good evening.
evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good
Yeah,
evening
good
to
evening,
everyone.
ma'am.
Evening, ma'am.
Very good evening. Thank you so much. The chat box is enabled for everyone in case if you have anything to share with me or if you wanted to ask anything, you can always use the chat
Yes,
box so
sure.
that I can take your questions from there. And before we move on to the session, so let me introduce myself. My name is Sindhu. I am the trainer from Up Educator, and I handle all the NTT and ECCE course for Up Educator. Okay, so more about me. I have a good 9 years work experience working for this particular field, right? So I started as a teacher, then started and coordinator, and now I am in front of you as a trainer. Okay, so that's it about me, and I'm also a MEPAC Skill India certified trainer, so that I can train the trainees who wanted to become a preschool teacher. So that's it about me. So let's not delay our webinar. Let's start with our session. So let me share my screen. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. If yes, you can drop a yes comment in the chat box
Yes, ma'am.
so
Yes.
that there is no so much of background noise. That's the reason I'm asking you to drop a message in the chat box. Okay, so welcome you all to the webinar on NTT or ECCE. So first of all, before we move on to the what is NTT, what is ECCE, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about Up Educator platform. So let us start. So Up Educator stands for update, uplift, upkeep, upgrade, upskill, and that stands for Up Educator. So we are here to always upgrade you, upskill you, and update with all the new information what is necessary for you in your professional journey. And we are very happy to say that our academic partners are Google for Education, Cambridge International Education, MEPAC, that is Skill India, Government Certified Education for our teachers, STEAM Accredit, Skills for Innovation, Autumn, NASCOM, Future Skills Prime, and ATE. So they are our academic partners. Moving on, so Up Educator is India's leading institute which offers instructor-led training for our educators, right? So all our courses are going to be a live interaction session. So where you will be joining our session, we'll be having so much of discussion going on in the classrooms, and we make sure to use all the 21st century pedagogy skills what you need to upskill, right? What are very necessary for you, right? And we make sure to use more of digital tools as well, right? And our main focus is to ensure that you're getting a very good learning experience in our platform, which can improve your skills. Moving on, we have trained more than 1 lakh educator, right? So all our educators are from different schools, right? So they are all are from more than 20,000 plus schools and colleges. So we have teachers coming from different, schools and colleges and taking our program and upscaling themselves. So I can just display few of the schools and colleges over here. And we are the largest teacher community in our social media platform. So please do follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, so that you will be always getting updated information what exactly is going on in Up Educator, so you can be update on that particular information. And we are 4.8 Google rating. So we have got rating from more than 4,000 plus educator across the world, right? And not only that, we don't only organize the courses, we also organize the Olympiads for our teachers, right? So we have more than 25 plus thousand plus teachers who have participated in our Olympiad and they have secured their places. Now you may ask one question: what is the benefit of participating in Olympiad? So of course, once you're the winner, you will be featured in different medias, right? You'll be getting a media coverage on that as well, right? So winner will be published in different platform, right? So that is something which you will gain uh, from the Olympiad. And then Olympiad happens in all these subjects, right? If we say we have International Primary Teacher Olympiad, English, Science, Pre-Primary, Math, Digital, AI for Innovative Teaching. So you can participate, which is your domain, or in which area that you have more expertise. You can always give your Olympiad in that particular subject, right? So now moving on, a few initiatives which Up Educator has taken, right? So we are partner with Google for Education, as I informed, and we have launched largest nationwide AI training program for our teachers, right? So we teach our trainer, like we go teachers, like we go to their schools and we teach their teachers and make sure that they are all equipped with all the AI tools that they wanted, right? And then we have partnered with more than 20,000 plus faculty and students across the India, right? And we have made sure that to give all the necessary skills what is required for students and plus teachers also on AI, right? And then we are the first, India's first platform to build, AI, which we can run it without offline, right? You don't need to have an internet connection for that. So if you are having Intel AI powered laptops, you can explore that particular options over there, right? And then we are in association with NASCOM Future Skills, right? So this is a very good platform. It is a government certified course which we offer for our teachers and for other participants, right? So you can get all the necessary skills of AI, which an educator should be knowing according to NEP 2020, and the skills which is really required in this generation. Okay. And we have we have in collaboration with Google, we have trained more than 20,000 teachers across India on information literacy, right, which caters to critical skills on identification, verification, responsibility use of informations and everything. Now coming to what do we have in our webinar today. So first thing, we are going to talk about what is NTT and ECCE and why there is an increased demand for foundation years educator right now, right? And then what are the other career opportunity that you can experience or you can get once you're done with this particular course, right? And why this pre-primary teacher training is necessary for the teacher, right? That also we are going to discuss. And the course outline, what are all models that we are going to cover in our diploma and in our PG diploma, we are going to discuss on that as well. And the fee details and the certification, what you'll be getting once you're done with the course. So these are our, topics which we'll be discussing in our today's session. Moving on, what is NTT or ECC? First of all, do not get confused between these two terms. Okay, both the terms are same. Okay, so what I mean by this is either NTT or ECCE, right? Both are same. It's just the title difference, I would say, over here. Whether you take NTT or whether you take ECCE, both the course details or the course structure, modules, everything is going to be same. Now you may have one more question, then why, ma'am, we have two different names over here? Why there is NTT, why there is ECCE? So let me ask you this question. So there are certain states which prefer ECCE certification over NTT. For example, Mumbai, they always wanted a teacher to have ECCE certifications, right? But whereas when you come to South and all, when in South, they prefer more of NTT certification for teachers. So just the certification name, but the course content, module, whatever you're going to learn, the age group, whatever we are going to cover, everything is going to be same in both the courses. It's just the name difference. There is nothing to do with anything else. It's just a title. Okay. And now, why there is an increased demand in early years, right? So we know this early years is more of, we wanted to make sure that to take care of the child, we are working on their foundational years and all those things, right? But why there is a sudden demand for teachers? Everyone are looking for a early years. Everyone wanted a trained teacher to be in the school. That is a basic question a parent will be asking when they're coming for the admission in the school, right? So first thing, let's understand why there is an increased demand in that. First thing, the golden years of development, where the maximum brain development is happening in this particular time, right? So we say that from the prenatal stage up to 8 years, 90% of the brain development is happening to the child, right? And it is very important how we take care of a child, what kind of knowledge we are providing to to a child, and what kind of environment that the child is being exposed to. All these things are very, very important. And this can be done only by a trained teacher, right? So that is something, there is an increased demand for this particular course. Not only that, according to NAP 2020, it is mandatory that every child should finish their foundational education. Only then they can step into their grade 1 class, right? And the teacher who is going to train the child should be having a qualification. Based on that only the appointment will be given to a teacher, right? So that is also a demand over here. Then we have a rising number of nuclear family. Like everywhere, if you see nowadays, at majority we could see only the nuclear family. So, parents are working, both the parents are working, like father and mother both are going to work, and there is no one to take care of the children, and they are worried about their developmental part and everything. So who is going to help in this particular situation is always the pre-primary teacher, right? And then expansion of inclusive education. So it has become mandatory after this NEP 2020 that people coming from different community, different stage, everyone should be in one particular classroom, and the teacher should be having that ability to train everyone, which means she should be able to train every child in the classroom. She cannot just say that, okay, I don't know, how does this particular child learn, I don't know how to teach him, and all those things. So there is no excuse for those things. You should be knowing the right skill to use for the right student inside your classroom. That is very, very important. The next one is the increased opportunities are available on online platform due to digital media. So nowadays everyone are aware of everything, right? Because thanks to our social media, like they know what is happening, they know what is going on, what information they should be aware of before they're putting their child to the school, how a teacher should teach this phonics, how a teacher should handle a situation when two conflicts are happening in the classroom. So all these informations are filled in the parents mind. So when a parent is coming to your classroom, or when a parent is coming to your school, you should be in a situation to guide them properly, help them understand what is the situation and how are we going to tackle them in the classroom, right? Amina, please stop writing on my screen. Right. So moving on, there was a news which was displayed in Financial Express that in the year, that is year end, by 2032, right? So India's preschool market set to triple by 2032 as parental mindset evolve. So we are going to have more opportunity in this particular field, and we are going to see preschool setup everywhere across India, right? It is going to be a very huge change which is going to come. And when the schools are going to increase, it is very important that teacher is being trained and she knows the essential skills what she has to use with the children. It is very important. Okay. Now moving on, right? You'll be thinking that okay, once I'm done with this particular course, so do I have option only to become as a teacher, or can I choose any other career path? Of course you can. There are other opportunity which you can always explore once you're done with this particular course. What are they? First thing, you can start your own preschool, right? So when you start your own preschool, what kind of information you should be knowing and how to run your preschool, everything will be covering in this particular course. Again, you can become a preschool teacher, you can become a parent educator, right? Questions will be taking in the last, Manisha. Sorry to cut you. You can become a parent educator, like whenever parent is coming for an inquiry, like what kind of information that you can give. You can become a parent counselor also, right? And then the strong foundation for teaching roles for higher classes, because this is your base. When you don't have the base, it will be very difficult for you to move on. Imagine if your aim is to become a teacher, to teach children, right? So we don't want you to be only stick to a pre-primary section. We wanted you to start your career journey even for the primary and higher secondary school also. So this will give you the base for you, that, right? So what exactly, how the psychology is working with the young learners. So what are the skills that you should be knowing? All these things will be learning in this particular course, right? And then you can also join a edtech company, because you are aware of all the concepts and how to teach for the early years. So you can also join some edtech firm, right? Also you have an option to be as a storyteller or a phonic trainer or an art and craft educator or a special education teacher. Like for example, when we have a differentiated learner in the classroom, how to deal with them, what kind of learning environment that you can organize for this particular children. All these things will be teaching in this particular course, right? Now, the interesting fact over here is like, as per the research, early year educator enter with profession with minimal or no formal training. You know why? Do you know why? Because many people think that teaching young learners is mostly based on ABCD or 1, 2, 3. If I know this particular skills, I think I am ready to be as a preschool teacher. So now can you tell me, this is a honest question for everyone. Do you think if you just know this information, you can become a preschool teacher? Yes or no? Just drop your comments in the chat box.
No, never. No, never.
No, right? Just by knowing ABCD and just 1, 2, 3, I don't think so you can manage the children in the classroom, especially the generation which we are dealing now, right? Which generation we are dealing now? Any guess, any idea? Yes, anyone would like to share the answer for this?
Gen Z?
Gen Z? Okay. So we are dealing Gen Alpha, right? So Gen Alpha are very different, right? Every generation has a way of learning, right? Because see, everything depends in the way that we are exposed to this particular world, how this world is taking us, what kind of information it is coming around us. Everything is very important for us to know, so that we can use these information inside our classroom and then talk to our children, teach them accordingly, right? First of all, when we have to talk about Gen Alpha generation, the first thing which comes in my mind is like, they are very tech savvy. They know what to do with their phones. They know how to operate a TV. They don't want any lessons, any class. They don't want anything. Just by looking at what exactly we are doing, they just copy those actions and they pretend to be one of them and they do it. Have you experienced this? Nowadays children are very good in tech, using phones, using TV remotes and everything. They're very good in technology. Have you experienced this? Yeah, I could see uh, few chats. Yes, yes, absolutely. Right. So they're very good using all the tech related, things, right? And they always prefer learning in digital platform, not something which we used to use in our traditional classroom, right? So they don't like the concept of chalk and blackboard chalk and then we are sitting and talking. No, they don't like that particular way of teaching. They always wanted something innovative in their classroom, right? So they always strive for this, correct? So it is very very important, for us to know this particular skills. Not only that, we have, when I said that we inclusivity, it is a inclusivity to all the children in the classroom, which means that we'll be having children coming from different culture, children who talks in different language, right? Their background, everything is going to be very unique for you in the classroom. It is not coming from the same community, same age group and all these things are going to be completely mixed, rational. So how are we going to deal this kind of learners in the classroom? That is something which we should know. Main thing, very important, our children has very short attention span. They can't sit and do one particular activity for more than 15 minutes. They get bored. They'll always say, Ma'am, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. This is not very good. I'm not interested. Right? They cannot focus for longer period. So grabbing their attention is very, very important. And how are we going to do that? What kind of skills that we should really have so that we can get them on the track, make them do certain activities, make them, sit and concentrate on the activity for more than 10 to 15 minutes. So what are we going to do? How can we organize such kind of activities for our children, right? Knowing that is very, very important. Correct? Maybe when we give the phone, they'll sit maybe for an hour scrolling and they'll be sitting and doing their work. But at school, we don't provide these kind of, you know, uh, tech devices, right? So instead of that, how can we use tech in our learning so that a child get involved in their learning in the classroom, right? So that is all a very important skill that we should be knowing so that a child learns this, right? And then it is very important that we make a personalized learning experience. Every child, like every Gen Alpha children, expect that they need that personal connect, that one-on-one connect, that attention from a teacher, right? So this is a very challenging question. You will always feel that how a single teacher can manage all these children in the classroom. It becomes very difficult for us to manage. It becomes very difficult for us to talk to everyone, understand what exactly they are asking, right? It is a very challenging situation for you, but there is a way for this. There is a management which we should know so that we can take all the children in the control, and we can make sure that we are giving time for each and everyone in the classroom. How are we going to do that? What kind of setup that we are going to do that? How are we dividing our timing in the classroom, right? At slots, everything we are going to cover in this particular course, right? How can we forget our parents? We have demanding parents more now, right? Back then our parents used to just tell, just keep him in the school only. I don't want him to come back home. Give him more of homework. Let him sit and do. I don't want him to roam around in the weekends. All these things used to happen back then. Like I remember my parent, saying all these phrases. But nowadays parents are not like that, right? They come and ask you questions, right? They will imagine if you're giving any particular homework, they have a question for that. Why, on what basis you are giving this homework for my child, right? Why you're not looking at my child? My child was calling you for 10 times, but my child my when I asked, he told that my teacher did not respond to my name. Why this is happening, right? Okay, I could see that your nowadays few schools are providing CCTV access for their parents, so they watch and they come and ask you, why I could see that you're talking to other child but not, you're not focusing on my child, right? Why you're not giving individual attention to my child? Why my child is doing only one particular activity throughout the day? Why you're not giving any other activities, right? All those multiple questions, so many demands a parent is having to ask you, right? So it is easy to ask question, right? But it is very difficult to give a appropriate answer, right? You cannot just say random answers to the parents, right? You have to give right answer. Why exactly you're giving the same activity throughout the day, right? What was the reason that you were focusing on the other child rather than the child A? So having appropriate answer is very, very important, right? Before that, when you give the answer, you should be knowing what exactly was happening in the child in the classroom. You were giving attention to child B than child A. What was happening in that particular situation? What was the developmental concept was happening over there? Why the focus shifted to that particular child? So knowing these details are very, very important as a teacher when you're working with the children, right? And one more thing, this Gen Alpha, right? They don't like punishment, right? They want everything to be said and done in a very love caring way, right? We cannot hit a child, that is very offensive. Now you cannot demand a child that no, you have to do this particular thing, right? We should always cater to what they exactly like to do, right? So there is a saying that we always use in early years. If I can't learn the way you teach me the way I learn, right? That is very, very important for a teacher to know. We can't use our traditional method, one single method, and teach the entire children. Do you think it is possible for you to do with the same teaching method that you can teach all the 20 children in the classroom? Yes or no? You can just comment in the chat box. Yes? No. We can't teach everyone in the classroom using one teaching method or one way of teaching. No, that will not happen going forward, right? So I'm going to play a video over here. Okay, she's a very good teacher, right? I'm not saying that she is her teaching method is wrong or something, right? She's a very good teacher. We used to use this methods before, right? So but right now we are not using this, so I'll just play this video. Let me know if you're able to hear the audio.
So let us have a quick recap of what we are learning, children. Yes, we are learning simple additions. Yes, what are these, children? Mangoes. And how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct. So in one hand I have 4 mangoes, and in the other hand I have 4 mangoes. And if I add them together, how many do I get? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So what did we do? 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. Yes. Good. Lollipop. Yes. Now how many lollipops do I have? 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now on the other hand, how many lollipops do I have? 1, 2, 3. So 3 plus 3 is equal to, now count how many are there, children? Wait, I'll help you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Yes. Now let's see few more. What's this, children? A flower. Yes. Can you count how many flowers do I have in this hand? 1 second. Yes. 1, 2, 3. And if I have one more in other hand, I do 3 plus 1. That's equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So 3 plus 1 is equal to 4.
So, do you think that we can use the same method even today and teach our children? Yes or no? You can just drop your comments.
Yes, ma'am. We can use this method.
No, ma'am. For the kids, we can't do this like simple addition or like let explore the children's by himself. Let's count the things and count the numbers for the counting. That's it.
Thank you so much. So,
Children
see, I'm not.
involvement are missing.
One second. Thank you so much, Shika. Thank you so much for sharing that. See, I'm not telling the method what the teacher used was wrong. No, I'm absolutely not saying that. It is a correct method. But what I'm trying to highlight here is right now we can't use this method for our Gen Alpha generation, right?
Yes.
Because it is, see, as I told you, that they have very less attention span and they always wanted something very creative, very innovative in your teaching method, right? And they always try something tech is involved in your learning, and digital is involved in your learning. Poonam, I'll be taking the questions later, so sorry. So, how you can equip yourself, that is very, very important. Not only that, imagine if you're still following the traditional method even today to teach your children, and there is something that will hamper you, that is that will lead you to the low income salary, right? Because nowadays you go to any schools, everyone wanted what is the new skills that you have, how you will teach this particular topic very innovatively, what kind of elements you will bring in so that to create that excitement for your children, right? How do you portray this thing to your children, right? All these things are very, very important for a teacher to know before she enter the classroom to teach our Gen Alpha generation, right? So traditional method is not effective for our Gen Alpha students, right? And they need more of innovative practices in the classrooms, right? They need more of hands-on learning, very curiosity, that you should ignite that curiosity before you start the topic, right? So that is very, very important. And before you start any particular topic, my teachers, you should know the prior knowledge, what exactly they have on that particular topic, right? So when you know the prior knowledge of that particular topic from a child, it will be very easy for you to take the topic to the another level. Do you agree with this? If yes, comment in the chat box, right? Knowing the prior knowledge is very important so that you can tune yourself accordingly. You can cater to every child accordingly. You're not just sticking on one particular rule, rather, you're focusing on every child inputs and then you're taking that learning to them. That becomes very effective, right? And not only that, furthermore, schools also wanted the recommendation from NEP and UNESCO is like it should be based on research based foundation training, like every teacher should involve in training, they should get trained what are the new skills that we are implementing for our children, right? So you should be knowing about those things, right? Tech integration, how you are including tech in your lesson planning, right? And very common thing, you ask any child out there, right? A common question you can ask every child, what do you want to do, right? The common answer everyone will say, ma'am, I want to play. Do you agree with this? Yeah. You ask this question to any child, what do you want to do? Ma'am, I want to play. There is nobody will say that, ma'am, I want to learn tables today. Ma'am, I want to learn ABCDs today. Ma'am, I want to learn rhymes today. That will be something, you should poke and ask them, right? What do you want to learn today? But what do you want to do today? The common answer will be, ma'am, I want to play. So how you can incorporate play in your curriculum? Play-based learning, right? So the child is playing, but the child is also learning through play. How you can organize that? how you can ignite their curiosity, their cognitive skills by asking so many questions, right? We call that as inquiry based learning, right? And children like to get involved in activities, so that is called as project based learning. So how you are implementing all these skills in your curriculum, in your lesson planning, right? The kind of experiment that you create with your children. And when a child is coming to your classroom, my dear teachers, always understand we are not only focusing on their academics, we are focusing on their holistic growth and development, right? So when we say that we focus on their holistic growth and development, what should be your assessment criteria? How you should do assessment for your children? On what baseline that you have to take all these details, right? All these things are very important. And the very most important thing, managing your classroom situation, right? Whenever we talk about preschool, everybody remembers that, okay, the teacher is running here and there, the teacher is clueless, the teacher is screaming and trying to do the activities, shouting out of her voices. One child is running left, the other children are running to the right. Managing this situation is very important, so that you're also at peace. A child is also learning so many things from you. How can we achieve this, right? That is very important for us to know before we enter any classroom, pre-class, preschool classrooms, right? And I'm just going to display a small graph over here. Okay, I'm not going very detail into it. um, you know this is something that, imagine if you have a very good trainings, what will be your salary potential. So this is just for you to overview, not very detailedly. We are not going very detail into that. Okay, moving on, how you can shape this Gen Alpha learners. What are the skills that you should know, the information that you should know, right? Everything we are going to learn from our Up Educator platform. For this only, we have this nursery teacher training or early childhood care and education training. The reason why we have this live interactive courses is because many teachers have many questions, lots of questions to ask. Their questions are still unanswered, right? You wanted to know why my class is behaving like this, what is that I am missing on, right? Rather you blame why my class is behaving on this like this, question yourself, what am I missing? Why am I not able to manage my classroom? Is there something that I should know before I question my children, why are they not learning, right? All these things knowing is very very important, right? And we have all this interaction will be very lively. We are going to take all of your questions. We will handle scenario by scenario, and we will give you appropriate answer. What are the skills that you should be knowing, how you will deal the situation when you are having the same situation in your school, right? Everything we are going to teach, we are going to learn in our Up Educator platform. Moving on to the core elements, what exactly you will be learning, right? So first thing, if you see over here, the term one includes introduction to early years, right? And we have history and philosophy of pre-primary education, child development and psychology, behavioral and learning difficulties in children, child welfare, health and safety, foundational literacy and numeracy skills, lesson planning, worksheets, assessment, and maintaining records. How are we going to do this documentation? We are going to learn on those things as well. Then professional ethics and continuing professional development, involving parent and community, blending movement, music and creativity, art and craft. So all these topics we are going to cover in term 1. Okay, and the term 2 will be, this will be for the PG. If you're opting for PG, then you'll be having both the term. If you're opting only for diploma, then you'll be having only term 1. Okay, and in term 2, building 21st century skills, differentiated learning, understand children with special needs and inclusive education, classroom and time management, job readiness, phonics, preschool and daycare management. So if you see the journey, we are starting from what you should know about early years, and we are ending our course how you can start with your own preschool, right? So you see the graph, from nothing you are going to own your preschool, right? All this information we are going to cover in our NTT course. Okay, moving on, give me 1 second. Moving on, not only that, we also provide you the kit, which is very important for you to know. Like, for example, if you are organizing a circle time, what are all things that you should keep ready, right? And all these things you will be getting in our kit. Like, we have multi-purpose felt mount board with story characters, circle time cards, shapes, number flashcards, finger puppets, emotional and kindness flashcard, voice level charts, and a phonics spin board, storytelling teller box, touch and read, number line, seriation puzzles, sandpaper numbers, movable alphabets, wooden matchsticks puzzles for STEAM. All these things you will be getting in our kit. And not only that, these kits will be using it in our online sessions too, right? I'll give you all a minute to just see it. Like, for the topic, which on all kits that we are going to use, how the resource will support the topic. So there is a brief. I'll just give you a minute to just see it. Yeah. Moving on, it is very important that you should be knowing all the innovative teaching approaches, right? So many of you, will not be knowing this particular information only, right? So they always feel that, okay, teaching young children are very easy. We just wanted to know what they like to learn, and we'll organize the curriculum and we will teach them. No, it is very important how you're including different teaching methodology in your curriculum or in your lesson plan. That is also very important for you to know, right? So as I highlighted, the play-based learning is very important. I hope that you'll be hearing this name for the first time, Reggio Emilia approach. What is this actually, right? How this approach came into existence? What is the history behind this? How the children are learned in this particular, or learning in this particular approach, right? Project-based learning, inquiry-based learning, Waldorf education. What do you mean by Waldorf education? Right? What is the difference between Reggio Emilia approach, Waldorf education, Montessori approach, right? Integrated learning, right? All these things we are going to cover in our course. Not only that, as I told you that our class is going to be very, interactive. We'll be giving you many scenarios for you to solve, right? And we don't want the scenario to be just a text format, so that we will read it and then we will analyze it and then we will find a solution for that. Instead, we always have this in a video format, so you can watch the scenario and you can analyze how the situation is and how to overcome this particular scenario. Okay, give me 1 minute. I'm going to play this video. Give me 1 second. I hope you all can see my screen. Here we go.
Excuse me, ma'am. I need to speak to you about something important. It's about the amount of homework my child is getting.
Good morning, Mr. Sharma. Sure, but I have to head into the classroom soon. Can we make it quick?
It won't take long. I'm really concerned. My son has been staying up late every night, struggling to finish the homework. He's so tired and stressed. I think he's being given too much work.
I understand your concern, Mr. Sharma, and I agree that balance is important. But right now, The other students are waiting for me in class. Can we continue this conversation later? Maybe after school or via phone? We can find a solution that works for your child.
But this needs to be fixed. He's just a child and the pressure is affecting his health.
Absolutely. And we'll address it together. Let's schedule a time to talk about it in detail and find a solution that reduces his stress. I'm sure we can resolve this. I'll see you in the afternoon.
All right, but I hope we can really fix this.
Yeah. So this is something which we ask our teachers to solve the scenarios, right? So I think from a boring text to this video format will help you to understand the situation better and then answer it accordingly, right? So sometimes imagine when I'm asking you to, okay, I want you to read the scenarios and can you please tell me how to solve this particular scenario? It will be very, difficult for you also to understand what exactly is happening in that particular situations, right? So how should I approach this particular parent? Is he right, or should I talk to him personally, or what I should do, right? It is very important for us to know and act accordingly. And one more thing is a thematic teaching approach. This is the best approach and it is also recommended by our NEP and the research based studies. Okay, so children learn the best when we introduce in a thematic approach. Okay, so what do you mean by thematic approach, right? For example, imagine the theme is on animals, right? So usually what we do whenever we are teaching animals, okay, we will just show them the flashcard. Okay, see children, this is elephant, this is giraffe, this is monkey, this is lion, this is tiger. So we will just show them the flashcard. We'll just take them the story and then we'll make them to do some kind of activity and we are done for the day. Do you think that is all what a child should be knowing about animals? Yes or no? You can always comment in the chat box. I like Priyanka Kumari's response. We need to build a zoo in classroom. I really like that response, Priyanka. Thank you so much for sharing that. So yes, you should make sure the child is aware of animals, about animals, everything, right? For example, you can talk about their habitat, right? You can always make them understand the sound of that particular animal. How does a sound, of each animal, right? You can incorporate storytelling, vocabulary development over here, right? You can always have a group play for your children, maybe like role play or a story, dramatic play for your children, right? And then you will always end up doing some kind of creative work for that particular topic, right? So this is few example which I'm giving you on the screen, but we can always think in a n number of directions. What are children really like? What are all inputs that we can add on here so that they construct their knowledge. Constructivism is very, very important in our early years, right? And I'm very happy to share one news over here that, as I informed you, that we organize Olympiad every year. So we also organize pre-primary teacher Olympiad every year. And one of our winner, Simran Preet, she is also our trainer in Up Educator, right? So I'll just play her video, like how she would like to introduce use the thematic approach in her learning. And we have trained, we have more than 2,500 teachers from 1,500 preschools participated in our Olympiad, but only the best will get selected for the prize. Okay, right. So let me play that video.
This session will be the thematic integrated approach, and blended learning will be there, and hands-on experience will be there for the children. And I will use the approach of 3C model, like connect, conduct, and conclude. I will not directly tell children about the topic. I will create inquiry-based learning, and then children will get on the topic by themselves. So I will start with dramatic role play. My buddy teacher will come with this tiger mask on, like this. Then I will start the inquiry based, like, oh, who is there in our class today? Do you know who is this? How does he looks like? Okay, think. Do you think that our classroom is the right place for the tiger to roam around or live? Then what do you think, where should a tiger live? So these kind of inquiry based questions will connect them with the topic. So I will also get to know about the prior knowledge, like overview of the prior knowledge, like what they learn about the jungle and the animals. After this, then after the dramatic role play, I will show them this picture on the screen and ask them about what is happening in the picture. This will also let me know about the prior knowledge of the children about the jungle and the animals. So I will get an overview. So after this, I will show children a video. In the video, the animals, their sounds and features are covered, and this video will also act as a flipped classroom resource also for the children. And after the video, I will go for the conduction part. In conduction, I will show the animal flashcards, like I will be having a mystery bag and I will take out a flashcard from the bag. Oh, let's see who is hiding inside the bag. Take it out. Oh, what is this? Do you know who was hiding in my bag? Yes, it's a lion. How does lion sounds like? Oh, lion roars. It's the king of the jungle and it has mane on its body. So like this, I will be covering all the animals through the flashcards. After the features will be covered in this flashcard part. After this, guess the sound game will be there. In this, I will play the sound of the animals, like, so students have to guess. And for the kids, appreciation timely is very needed, like whoever has given the answer right, I will appreciate them. This will encourage them to participate more. So by this, I will get to know like how much they have learned about the sounds and the features. So after conduction part, conclusion will be there, like two groups. I will divide the class into two groups. One group will play I Spy game. In this, I will tell children, okay, so I spy with your little eyes. Everyone do this. I spy with your little eyes and find something that has a big trunk and it is green color. Find something. So in this picture that I have given to the students, they will circle elephant. So in this way, I will get to know about the ongoing assessment, like what they have learned. And as a feedback, I will help them wherever they need. And the second group, they will make the animal model. Then I will swap the groups so that both the groups can do the work. After that, both models will be there with the children of their group. So they have to explain their model. So in this way, they have learned about features, sounds, and animal names. So thematic integrated approach is done. Like the names of the animals is covered under vocabulary literacy, the number of animals they have used in the model, numeracy, and the habit and the features of the animals in understanding the world. Blended learning is there, proper use of online teaching digital material is there, and handmade material is also there, and hands-on experience as a model making. In jungle model making scene, I will be assessing the peer assessment as well, like how is their relation with their friends, are they helping each other or not. So it will also be covered. As an exit ticket, they have to write the number of animals they have used in their model. They have to stick it on the board and then they can leave for the day. This will be the plenary of my session. Thank you so much.
Yes, I think this video was self-explanatory, like how we can utilize this thematic approach in our curriculum or in our lesson planning, right? So what are the activities that we can use? What kind of teaching approaches that we can combine whenever we are planning topic introduction and all those things. Now, most important thing, preschoolers are looking for digitally and AI savvy teachers. Right, so before we used to call this a tech savvy, but now AI also is very important tool for us to know, right? So it is very important for us to know these things as well before we step into our preschool journey. So for that, Up Educator is offering you the government accredited AI educator certificate, which will help you to become, tech and digital tool savvy, right? You will be learning all the basic skills which you will be needing when you start working as a preschool teacher, right? So for example, how to design a worksheet, how to make an interactive lesson, creating videos, creating your digital comic books, video editing, online assessment, digital classroom, chat forms, gamification, Canva mastering, all these things you'll be learning in our AI tools. I just want to play one video over here, right? So whenever we are scrolling Instagram, we get to see this kind of viral video, right? Which makes learning more fun. I want you to watch this video once. Yes, so this was a tug of war for math. So there are two teams and they would like to, you know, um, answer the questions and then see which group is winning. Imagine if we teach you to do the same thing in your classroom. Will you be interested to learn that? Yes or no? Okay. See, this is a platform which our teacher have created this, right? So we will teach you how to, create this particular platform. For example, we have tug of math. For example, 2 plus 6, right? So you can just give an answer. And 4 plus 8 plus 4. For example, imagine if you're giving a wrong answer. So who is winning, who is losing, right? So that you can do. Imagine if you wanted to have something else in tug of war, not only math, you wanted to include some literacy also. We do have that as well. We also teach this. For example, imagine find F starting object. Okay, so you can show this and you can ask your children to touch on that. Okay, you're getting a good point. Find a object in this. Okay, maybe I'll click on snakes. Okay, it is a wrong. So the purple team is losing, right? Not only that, you can also introduce phonics in this particular way. So right now I have for Hindi, right? Imagine these are the flashcards, right? But there is some magic in this. The minute you touch this,
say
right? It says that voice, we have a voiceovers for all the cards. For example, when I click on this,
E say imli. Chota U say ullu.
right? Not only that, this will also help you to organize your events in a very structured format. So in preschool, there is one more challenge what we can face is like we'll be having multiple events coming. For example, every week we'll be having many events, right? So it is very necessary for us to keep all the events updated for our parents, right? So now, right now we are using our WhatsApp communications and broadcast message and everything. But imagine there is a platform where every event are already been done and the timer is also will be given how many days, how many hours is going to start. Everything details are there on hands for our parents to use when, where, how, right? What are the things that you'll be doing in that particular event day? So everything is there in one particular platform, and your parents can access this particular page and get to know what are the upcoming events are there are going to come in your school, right? Not only that, there is also a storybook. We will also teach you how to create your own story books, right? So sometimes we have many storybooks for our children, but sometimes you feel that okay, I think that my children should be aware of this particular story. I wanted to create this as a storybook, right? So you will introduce in a puppet puppet making way, or you will use your hand puppets, or you will try to narrate the story. But imagine if they have their own digital storybook, they will be very happy to scroll that and see what is there, what is going to happen. So you can create your own storybook based on what information you would like to give for your children, right? So this training also, like once you are aware, once you are good in this AI, you'll be able to do this as well. Okay, give me 1 minute. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. Right. Not only that, like you can, as I told you, that you will be creating the comic book, right? Storybooks, right? And the journals, right? So, in NTT or in PG NTT, you will be having journals which you should be giving, right? And all the journals, we want our teachers to use this tech and then create their journals, okay? So before and all, we used to write, we used to color it with a different color pens and all those things, but now it is not the time. We want you to use all the tech tools and create your journals very creatively, right? And make it very colorful. Okay, so this AI or the AI course will help you to achieve all these things. Okay, you will be very good in doing the journals. So let me show you the sample journals. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I hope you can see the screen now. So this is a journal which was created by one of our teacher, right? So everywhere you can see that there is a use of tech, right? It's not something that she has written on her hand. You can see the alignment, picture selection, right? The font, the page border, right? The appropriate pictures for every activity. All these things are very, very important, right? Everything is aligned. It's not here and there, right? So this is very important for you to create your journals very creatively and then send it to us. Okay, right. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Moving on to the next important part is a certification, right? So once you're done with our diploma in entity or PG diploma in entity or ECCE, you are eligible to give, skill India examination. So this is a government examination which we give for our teachers. So once you're done with the courses, you will be, asked to give this particular examination. So you can give the examination and you can get the government certification also. So the skill in the examination is going to be completely online. So when I say online, you will be having all MCQ questions plus the Viva. Okay. So when the exam is going to happen, how the exam is going to be conducted, how, when, where, all these details will be done to you in our course. So whoever would like to give skill in the examination, we will have a separate WhatsApp group and we will be having all this discussion over there. So once you're done with your examination, once you're passed, you'll be getting a certificate and a mark sheet like this. Okay. And then once you're done with this AI educator certification, you'll be getting this particular certificate, right? And then the course completion certificate from Up Educator platform. So from Up Educator platform, you will be getting this course completion certificate and the mark sheet certificate from our side. Okay. So if you see, we have a theory and we have practicals. So we'll be having assignments for every modules. So, and then the journals, everything it will be marked and you'll be getting a mark sheet on that. Okay. And then this is phonics certificate, which it will be offered only if you are selecting PG diploma course. Okay. So if you're taking PG diploma, then you'll be getting this phonics certificate, calligraphy certificate, STEAM DIY certificate. Okay. So these are the three extra training you will be getting in PG diploma, not in diploma. Okay. Please always remember this. These three certificates will be given only for PG diploma students because these classes are conducted in PG diploma course, not in diploma courses. Okay. And again for PG course completion certificate also will be getting and the mark sheet also for this particular class, course, sorry. And we also offer 100% placement assistance for you. So once you're done with our courses, we have a placement team So they will take your details and they will inquire which place is convenient for you, which kind of schools that you're looking for. So we will help you from scratch, like how to build your resume, how to prepare for an interview, how to crack your demo. All the trainings will be done from our end, and we will make you ready, and then only we'll be sending you out to work. Okay, right. So we have trained more than 1,000 educators currently, and they're working in different preschools across India. Okay. And let me quickly introduce to the mentors of our program. So as I introduce myself, I am also a mentor of this particular program, and we have our head of academics, Miss Manju Borkar, right? And then we have Miss Upasana, and we also have Simranpreet, the video which I played you. She is Simranpreet. She is also our trainer. And we also have a visiting faculty. They'll be coming and taking certain workshops and all, which is very important, useful for our professional development, right? And coming to the program variant, we have diploma in nursery teacher training or PG diploma in nursery teacher training. Okay. So now let me take you to the fee structure, how the breakage that we follow over here. First thing is diploma in NTT, right? You will be getting our upper educator certificate, plus if you're giving Skill India examination, only then you'll get your Skill India certifications. Okay. And then AI course is mandated that everybody will be doing it. You'll be getting a certificate on that. And then the practical work will include journal making. You'll be having 5 journals. You'll have to work on 10 lesson plans and material development on age appropriate. Okay. And then you'll be having a presentation demo by the end of the session, and the Viva is also included throughout the session. Okay. So this is something which I wanted to discuss on diploma in NTT. Okay, and this is a course outline which the course for diploma in NTT is 30,100, where the diploma training will be for 16,900. AI training will be for 9,900, Skill India examination fees and Up Educator platform fees. So including all these things will be, the total fees will be for 30,100. You don't have to, feel this is too much. We have a special offer today for you, where I'll inform you in a minute. Just give me 1 second. Moving on to the PG diploma, these are the course outline for PG diploma courses. Like I said, told you term 1 and term 2, both the terms will be included for PG diploma courses, right? And for PG diploma courses, you'll be getting extra certificates like phonics, calligraphy, STEAM DIY. Okay. And then Skill India examination, if you're giving Skill India examination, you'll be getting Skill India certificate and the AI certification. For PG, you'll be having additional 5 journals, okay, including diploma. You'll be having 5 more additional journals over here. Again, the age appropriate, classroom teaching aids that you have to make. You'll be having a mock interview, presentation skills, and the Viva will be included in the end of the session. And the total fees for PG diploma will be 3,700. Okay, we have divided the fees also, like diploma training and AI certification, Skilled India and Up Educator platform, plus additional 4 certificate, including everything it is 3,700. But since you all have joined today's webinar, we have a limited offer only for this particular batch. Okay, so diploma in NTT, that it is only for 16,900 instead of 30,100, which includes your learning kit also, which is worth of 13,500. So if you want to get this special offer for diploma or for PG diploma, so PG diploma it was for 37,100, but we are offering it for 23,900. So if you want to get these offer, then you have to do a very small thing. I'm going to paste a link in the chat box. I want everyone to please fill up the form. If you fill up the form, only then you will be getting the offer. Give me 1 second and let me share that. Yeah, I have shared you the form. Please, I want everyone to fill the form. Those who are filling the form, only then you'll be getting the discounted special offer price. Okay. Okay, so let me quickly take you through some of our testimonials and the popular courses which we offer at Up Educator, so that if you are liking to opt any other courses, also you have an overview of that. It just takes few more minutes. I want everyone to pay attention over here. So you can just at a glance, you can see the reviews which we have got from our teachers for our courses. Right? Okay. So if you wanted to contact us further to know more details about the courses, please, this is the contact details. You can always mail us malavikab@upeducator.com, and you can always visit our website to know more about other courses which we offer, or you can just give us a call and we will take you from there. Okay. And the other popular courses which we offer is Google Certified Educator, Google Certified Trainer, AI course for education leadership, AI course for educator course, online teaching course for educator. So this is very important. Imagine if you wanted to teach an online teaching platform, or if you wanted to begin your career as an online teacher, and this course will really help you in that, right? And then we have Cambridge International Certificate and Diploma in Teaching and Learning. So this is for the teacher who are planning to work in IB schools or Cambridge IGCSE school. The certificates will help you to reach there. And then we have ATE and Skill India courses, and STEAM accredited teacher, drone for educator, STEAM robotics course for educator, right? And then we have our NTT and ECCE course, and we also have Montessori teacher training. I think this is a wonderful course that a teacher should be knowing, right? So you can always have a check on that as well, Montessori teacher training course, right? So for more details, if you want to know about any other courses, I would highly recommend you to please visit our website so that you will get an overview of the course, and you can always give us a call so that we can explain you in detail. Okay. So now I can take the questions if you have any. One by one, you can raise your hands, I can call your name. Yes, any questions? I saw somebody was asking for Montessori fees. Please, I would request you to call to that particular number so that we can explain you in detail. Yes. Others, any questions? Anything you would like to know? Yes, Moavi. I hope the screen name is Moavi Computers. Yes, please. You can unmute. Yes, please. I don't know your name because your screen name is something else. Please unmute yourself and ask your questions. Yes,
Hello.
please. Yes, we can hear you. Please go on.
Ma'am, do we have any age limit?
To do the course, you're asking?
Yes, ma'am.
No, we don't have any age limit.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I have one question. Can I? Excuse me,
Yes,
ma'am.
please, Ankita. Yes, please.
Yes, I wanted to ask that I have already completed my entity course,
Mhm.
but I'm asking, can I do the skill exam which you are going to offer us separately, like without the entity course? Is this possible?
We offer entity, I mean, Skill India examination only for the students who have completed diploma or PG diploma course from us.
Okay, got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Rimpi.
Yes, ma'am. Can I get your contact number as I'm pursuing DECE exam from Surat? So if I have any doubt like early childhood education regarding how to make the videos and assignments, so I can contact you directly.
Uh, okay. So there is no, we don't have a direct number. So I can give you our Upper Educator platform number. You can always call to that. They will guide you what to do. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay, ma'am. And can you just guide me how to make the videos for the early childhood education?
see, to make a video, first of all, you should be knowing which tools you have to use for that, right? So that
Yes.
is very important, and that is what we're going to cover in the course. So I can't disclose it now because it is a very huge chapter, right? So it is very important for you to know from the scratch, like how to give a prompt and what kind of elements that you should add in your video, what kind of ingredients that you should add, the settings, the
Mm-hmm.
back, everything is very important.
Puppets and everything. Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Okay.
it is a huge lesson and it is very important lesson for us because that is something very innovative and creative, right, for our children. So we'll be covering that very detailed in our course.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Yeah. So you just share me whatever number you were telling me, na, please.
Sure. I will give you the contact details. I'll display it on my screen so that you can take it
Okay,
from
I'll
there.
take a snapshot. Yes, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Any other questions?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions, others? If you have any.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I'm not able to take the snapshot. Just a second. Huh?
Okay, the
Issue?
link which I've given you in the chat box, please fill the link. That is the same link to get a offer for your certificate also and to get your webinar certificate also. It's the same link. So fill in the form. So once you fill in the form, we'll be sending you the webinar certificate also. Plus, you will also get offer for the courses as well. Both are same.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, do you need any other type of certificates to attend this class?
Like what kind of certification you're asking that?
Like our graduation and all those certificates, we'll be needing it for the government exam?
See, as per the government, the mandate, the basic mandatory will be that you should provide your +2 passed certificate. That is
Okay,
mandatory. But
okay.
if you're having your graduation and everything, will help you to, get your job easily in the schools and everything because schools prefer the teacher should be at least completed with their graduation, right?
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's why. Just
Yeah.
because of the government exam, I was asking, you need all the certificates or the last
So,
certificate is okay?
for the government, they generally ask your Aadhaar card and your +2 certificate, class 12
Okay,
certificate.
class 12. Fine, ma'am. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so the one person had a question that in the WhatsApp group also there is a form. So both the form links are same. So please fill in and you'll be getting your certificate and the course offer too. Okay, right. And I have a very interesting question over here. What is the retirement age for teacher in India? So very honest answer for you, unless and until you are very active and energetic, there is no certain age for you to get retired because only one thing that always school or any organization will look from you is how energetic are you, how proactive are you with your children, right? That is very very important. Doesn't mean that I'm just 25 and I'm very slow or very not very proactive in my activities. Though you're 25, some people will deny to give you the job. So what they always want from a teacher is
Ma'am,
proactive,
your voice
very
is not
literacy
audible
from a teacher,
properly.
and very active because of physical activity, right? So once you have all these things, then I don't think so there is something called as retirement age for a teacher. So it depends on how energetic are you in the classroom. So that is something which we should always upkeep with our children. Okay. So if you are a beginner, if you wanted to start, I would always recommend you to start with NTT because that will give you the total base of what is early years and what are the things that you should be knowing before you step into this particular very beautiful journey. To start with, I would always recommend you to join NTT. Okay, Roshni, I hope I answered your question. Any other questions if anyone has?
Ma'am, in Bangalore, if I want to settle down, so over there, which certificate will be helpful?
In Bangalore?
Yeah.
In Bangalore, see, I am also from Bangalore. In Bangalore, both NTT or ECC both works.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Are we good to go? If there are no questions? Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being such a lovely participant. I was very happy to read your comments in the chat box. So we are very eager to see you in our classes, upcoming classes. So any questions, any doubt, please, please, please do reach out to us. We'll be able to help you out wherever you are stuck. And happy learning to everyone. We will meet you soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.